should be live. Should be good to go. We should have a good one. Should have a few good games today. A few good games should be in store today. Mainly the two 7 p.m. games, which is sucks that I'm not able to cover both of them because they're regional broadcasts. But we're here for this one. DC, Birmingham later today. Should be a pretty solid slate of games. Yeah, looking forward to what shit has in store. Again, about 14 minutes away from kickoff, 4 minutes away till the coverage actually begins over on ABC. And that's so the ratings from each of the past weeks. We go over. It it gets tweeted out and whatnot, and whenever a game is on ABC, the ratings do really well. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the ratings for this game goes. Because typically ABC has the later time games, but because of the playoffs, that's a Fox responsibility. But yeah, um, I'm just interested. When it comes to this game, the Memphis St. Louis. I need to see Memphis's O line be better. Obviously, if that happens, I guess then Case Cookis would naturally be playing better. Want to see Memphis's defense improve after struggling against Birmingham last week. But the main thing is just if Memphis's O line can hold a block for a decent period of time, they should be fine. As it seems like Memphis made a change at the running back position, officially making Titus Sweet running back one. Okay. I mean, the running game didn't really work last week anyway. Mateo Durant is also now officially listed as running back one for St. Louis. I like that move. He's a very solid player. Again, I think he can. I think he can see the league next year. St. Louis is one of the healthier teams in the league, which is a scary thought. Still got Darius Shepard's return because they got. I mean, they're dealing with some O line injury, D line injuries today, which might hurt them. But I mean, Memphis's O line, it might not matter. All right, 10 minutes out from kickoff. But yeah, I mean, because Memphis has a solid built team. I like a lot of their pieces, but their O line. I mean, last week just played terribly. This game being in St. Louis is not going to make it any easier for Memphis either. I mean, I expect another packed out crowd. But yeah, Call is the law in St. Louis, and we're gonna see it tonight or today. The Dome at America Center. I love it. I mentioned this last time St. Louis played a home game in week 2. I love seeing that stadium rocking. I think it's also the third straight ABC game for St. Louis. That helps the ABC ratings. But yeah, this. Hold on. So yeah, yeah, I'm expecting the St. Louis masterclass here because yeah, Memphis hasn't scored more than 20 left yet this season, which is insane to think about. Meanwhile, St. Louis coming off of scoring 34. Yeah, this says. I mean, you never know. Memphis is a weird team, the way they play, and whatnot. I again, I'm high on St. Louis today. I think they're gonna be rocking at home. That stadium is packed out again. And also again, like, St. Louis, they're getting healthy. I have another receiver back in Pearson. So again, they're healthy. They keep getting healthy. Keep staying strong at home. I think are they getting the ball first? That would be a great way to start seeing their offense. Memphis is the team that needs to play with the lead. So if they get behind early, Memphis likes to play with the lead. Even though with your offensive line play, it doesn't fully matter. Because again, their offensive line is not good. But they do like to play with the lead because their style of offense be more methodical. It kills a lot of clock most of the time when they do have a solid offense going. They would want to get the ball first. St. Louis, if you get the ball first and score instantly, you're sitting instantly really well. Cook has his home run on the sideline. Again, this could very easily be a St. Louis dominant performance. But we've seen weird shit happen so far in the UFL. So you never truly know. Last week was an insane week for offenses. Again, yeah, that love seeing St. Louis Rockets. Yes, okay, St. Louis getting the ball first. They can start off with a quick lead. They'll be sitting really well. Return's going to be started at the 15-yard line. And is going to work his way past the 35 to about the 38. So A.J. McCarron will see the field from there. Again, looking to just start off really strong. They very easily could. This is the type of game where if they can start off really strong and whatnot, then they can just run away with it really early on. So he begins in shotgun it back to his right. Two receivers split out to each side, and ABC's fucking up the camera situation. Great. Now alone in backfield after sending the running back in motion, McCarron going to do a quick pass to the left side on the screenplay. And it's Darius Shepard fighting for about 10-ish yards maybe. A gain of 6. So now we're 2nd and 4. McCarron in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right in a trips bunch set. Sending one out in motion, going to look to throw. Another just quick screen to the right side. Makes one man miss spinning and gets tackled. One judge saying at the line can give him the first down. That was Jacor Pearson on the reception. And they're just doing the quick hitters, getting the offense into a rhythm, getting McCarron into a rhythm. I like it. Not doing anything too flashy just yet. You want to give yourself a comfortable lead before you start taking too many shots. So back-to-back screenplays. This time a bunch set, McCarron in short shotgun and back behind him. Sending the tight end in motion. They're going to play action, looking to throw. And then a quick dump off to Mateo Durant to the left side, going to try to get towards the sideline and gets tackled out of bounds after a gain of 9. McCarron had a free rusher. Yeah, kind of a free rusher off the left side. He felt it instantly. He felt it well and just got it out, just dumped it off to his back. So they said officially ruling it a gain of 8. So now McCarron in shotgun. That's Jacob Sailors, a running back to his right. 2 receivers to the left. The tight end, another receiver to the right. Man sent in motion, going to just a quick screen once again. It has plenty of space. And it's going to be stepping out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. That's Jacor Pearson once again. Just getting him into a rhythm. Again, they're just getting their offense into a rhythm, not doing anything too flashy, just taking what the defense is giving them, and it's working. McCarron in shotgun back to his left, trips to the left as well. Lined up outside, going to play action, looking to throw. Quick pass over the middle, and Marcel Aitman drops it through his hands. Would have had plenty of space to run. Oh, that's a killer. He had plenty of running room. He would have caught that quick slant. So the first incompletion of the day sets up 2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line. McCarron in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers split out to each side. Some adjustments from the left side receivers, making them stack on top of each other. Going to hand it off up the middle, trying to get something going. Finds a few yards, maybe about 5. That's Jacob Sailors on the carry. To about the 34-yard line, so a gain of 4. So 3rd and 6 now for St. Louis. Can fit in an offense that's just being effective, not taking too many chances, just trying to give what Memphis is giving them. A bunch set, McCarron in shotgun, Jacob Sailors to his left. Man sent in motion, going to quick pass outside once again, and this time it's going to lose about 2 yards, trying another screen to the left to Jacor Pearson, and it's going to set up a 4th and 8. That was the 4th screenplay St. Louis ran on that drive, so eventually Memphis was going to stop it, so they do there, which sends out Andre Schmidt to try to give St. Louis the early lead from 54 yards out. and the left hash. This is his season long at 54. The kick is up and good straight through. Had plenty of leg under it. St. Louis takes the early lead. In general and overall, a pretty successful drive. You get the offense to a rhythm. You get the ball moving down the field. Just keep Marcel Aidman dropping that slant/glance route. Killer on that 1st and 10. But again, for the most part, you got the offense into a rhythm with the quick screens and whatnot. Obviously, I would want to see the run game be used a bit more. Mateo Durant, when given the chance, he can do incredible things up the middle in the ground. So like I want to see the run game used a little bit more in the next drive. But again, overall a very solid drive. And their defense can take advantage of Memphis's a below average offensive line. That's the kind of start you kind of just were looking for. It's all about finding a rhythm early on, especially if this is the first time these two teams are meeting. Finding a rhythm and kind of getting a feel for how the other team is playing is good. It's a lot easier to do that as on offense and on defense. Because on offense, you have a lot more different ways you can attack the defense. The defense typically likes to play their style. So that's why like the quick screens, I like it. You're able to then go back on the sideline with the tablets, kind of see how the defense is playing. I would expect for the next drive we start seeing the more intermediate level passes, or at least even more run plays, if that. Meanwhile, in Memphis, like they were struggling last week. I mean, the Case Cookus was getting killed in the backfield. And then against San Antonio, you give up that massive lead. They're looking to bounce back here against a really good opponent. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle their offense. I would expect more, not really more sort of the same, but more so of the quicker, less time developing plays. Because again, they need to get their offense into some kind of rhythm, which hasn't been for the past 5 quarters of play for them. Anyway, back from commercial, they're showcasing the Arch at St. Louis. Again, I love that city. It's a unique city, but what's the official name of it? Archway to America, right? I'm probably misremembering it. But yeah, again, Memphis now, their offense needs to just protect Cookus, because when he has time in the pocket, he can make you pay. As the kick is underway, it's going to be returned starting at about the 16-yard line. As Vinny Papal in the return has space to the left side, gets towards the sideline, cuts back a little bit, and gets pushed out of bounds at about the plus 44. Wonderful starting field position for Memphis now, and Case Cookus has to try to take advantage of it. 10.5 left in the first, and we're seeing Memphis' offense take the field for the first time. Just need to see the offensive line play better. As Cookus is in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers out to the right. Shifting the back to Cookus' right. St. Louis in a little bit of a blitz, going to hand it off up the left side, and gains about 6 on the carry. That's Darius Victor. So very solid first play for Memphis. You get the running game going a lot better than how it was last week. So now 2nd and 4 after the gain of 6, ball on the 38-yard line. Cook is motioning the back, shifting the back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Going to look back to throw, and then a quick dump off to Darius Victor. Has plenty of room on the left side, and dives forward to inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line for the first down. Very solid first 2 plays. They're working a little bit of a quicker game. They're working a quicker style of pass so far. The run game is being effective. Cook is was alone in shotgun, then motioning the back to his right. Going to play action, looking to throw as a slant route that's caught, and will not go down until he passes the first down yard line to about the 21. No, to about the 21. It would have been pass. I think maybe about the 16. Yeah, about the 16-yard line. That's Daywood Davis. So now Memphis is already inside the red zone after 3 plays. So Cook is alone in shotgun, 5 receivers set, 3 to the right. Going to look back to pass. St. Louis sending the late blitz up the middle. Gets picked up well. Vinny Papale catches it over the middle and just walks in basically for the Memphis touchdown. Offense looking leagues better already compared to last week. Yeah, a little bit of a delayed blitz for St. Louis, and honestly, he kind of gets picked up by his own by St. Louis themselves. As Vinny Papale had plenty of room after catching that crossing route. So now the 1-point try from the 2-yard line. Cook is under center. 4 receiving options to the right side in a diamond set. Expect a quick screen there. Now throwing the fade route to the opposite side, and it's not even close. That was some kind of play call. Okay. So yeah, Vinny Papale, who had the return to set up Memphis's drive in excellent field position, then also gets the touchdown to put them up. And St. Louis, that defense looked rough on that drive, to say the least. It was a quick 4-play drive. Again, everything was just kind of solid there. No real sense of panic. So that's going to set up St. Louis needing to answer and respond. I think St. Louis can just fine. Again, their offense was playing effectively. We're playing efficiently on their first drive. Just a drop pass by Marcel Aitman, which would have been a touchdown on its own. The main question is, can Memphis keep this up? They had a really solid first drive last week against Birmingham, and then things started to fall apart. It's all just that finding a rhythm, finding the groove, and Memphis needs to be able to sustain what we just saw from them on offense. I'm not sure if they can. I definitely have more faith in St. Louis exceeding expectations from that first drive than I do Memphis staying pat with that similar first drive, because you're not always going to start a drive in plus territory. You're not always going to get some of the miscues that St. Louis had there with, again, their own defensive line picking up a blitz from the middle linebacker. So I still feel fine. If you're a St. Louis fan, I think you still should be feeling fine. But definitely signs are going off of okay, what was that? Be on the lookout and whatnot. But for the most part, steady should be fine. Still that commercial. Still that commercial. But yeah, again, St. Louis, they're gonna be fine. I think for the most part. Vinny Papale has 9 receptions this season, and 3 of them are for touchdowns. Jeez, that's impressive. So Memphis kicking it away. The return's going to begin at about the 20-yard line. So a chance for a big return here. It's Darius Shepard working the left side. Has plenty of space. Past the 50, past the 40, past the 30. Gets to about the 20-yard line. With the ref singling at the 18. What a return by Darius Shepard. And that puts St. Louis in prime position to answer. Jeez, what a monster return. I think if everyone, and I mean there wasn't really a lane to try to cut back inside for a potential touchdown on it. But St. Louis, now you need to end in the end zone after that return. McCarron and shotgun back to his left, shifting them back to the outside to the right side to make it a 5-receiver set. So alone and shotgun at the 18-yard line. McCarron looking back to pass. Gonna throw it deep down the field towards the end zone and overthrows Darius Shepard. I like the idea. I like the idea of just taking a shot on first down from there. I like the idea. So now you need to make sure you can at least get the first. So for 2nd and 10, 3 receivers to the right, a back to McCarron's right in shotgun. Again, ball on the +18. McCarron going to hand it off up the middle. Has plenty of space, tries to make someone miss, but gets upended at about the 10-yard line. Is Jacob Sayers. And that will make it 3rd and short. About 3rd and 3, the rule of the gain of 7. And again, you need to end in the end zone on this drive. You need to make sure you can at least pick up this first down. So McCarron in shotgun once again, a back to his left. Sending Darius Shepard in motion, going to look to throw. Going to do a quick pass out to the back on the right side. Who's going to dive in? Jacob Sailors gets the touchdown for St. Louis, and they retake the lead. A very simple drive. I mean, there wasn't much to it. You get starting field position inside the red zone. Just don't fuck it up, and they were going to score. So an 11-yard touchdown reception for Jacob Sailors on kind of a delayed screen. And that puts St. Louis back on top. So they're going to be going for 2 from the 5-yard line with 7:18 left in the first. McCarron and shotgun back to his right. The tight end and 2 receivers to the right as well. Sending one in motion. Going to look to throw a quick screen to the right side, and it gets blown up after getting to about the 4-yard line. Tried working that screenplay to Jacquard Pearson once again. And just the blocks weren't there. It wasn't enough on that outside. Yeah, Jacob Sailors. Just a very simple way to score a touchdown there on a quick, again, kind of a delayed screen, kind of not. It's either a delay screen or kind of just a delay out route from the back. It worked really well. And we're going to have to see Memphis respond pretty much instantly after they score their touchdown. Of course, it all starts on the return. And That return by St. Louis also shows how important it is to have a strong-legged kicker in this, because a return starting at the 20, that gave St. Louis too much space to work their special teams unit, and they were able to then get the return way out there easily. So St. Louis now set to kick it away. It's going to be returned starting at the 25-yard line. Not a great kick, and has plenty of space working that left side past the 50 to about the 45-yard line. So Memphis about to have a really good starting field position once again. I can't tell if it's just these kickers are not getting the full leg under it, or they're not getting the right placement on the kicks. Like maybe he was like too low there, too high. I'm not sure, but these not been great kickoffs so far today, and it's setting up these offenses really well. So Cook is in shotgun, back to his right, ball on the 45-yard line. Go into play action, looking to throw, passing over the middle, and is intercepted by St. Louis. Trying to get something out of this return, trying to get towards the outside of the left. Breaks 2 tackles, gets past the 50, still working it, and then gets tackled at about the plus 41. Jeez, what a sequence. And St. Louis can extend their lead just like that. Cook has tried throwing it over the middle on a slant. It might have been tipped at the line, but the pass ends up behind his intended receiver of Lee Morris and right into the hands of the St. Louis defender, Lavert Hill. And then he finds a way to get like 20 yards on that INT return. Wow, what a... All right, so now AJ McCarron, alone in shotgun, 5 receivers set, 3 receivers to the right. Going to look back to throw. Throw it left side, going to be caught, tackled instantly for about a gain of 4. Is Jacquor Pearson. So they're getting him into the offense instantly after missing the first 3 weeks. And again, what a sequence there. Memphis has that great return in the plus territory, and then a pick that sets up St. Louis with good field position in plus territory. McCarron back alone in shotgun. 4 receivers to the right side this time. And he's going to look to throw. Throw it quick over the middle for the first down, and more past the 30, trying to get back towards the sideline of the right side. Going to get tackled at the 25-yard line is Hakeem Butler. He's someone who the first 2 seasons, like the XFL 2.0 back in 2020, and then last season he's been a focal point of St. Louis's offense. Still trying to find a solid rhythm this season, but it's St. Louis just has a ton of weapons to throw to, so that could explain it. As McCarron now in shotgun, back to his left. Sending Darius Shepard in motion, going to hand it off, trying to get up the middle, has some space, and then is tackled after fighting forward for an extra yard or 2 to gain about 5. That's Jacob Sailors, but there is a flag on the play. So we shall see. As currently it sits, it will be second and about 5. It's going to be offsides on Memphis. So St. Louis is going to accept it to make it 1st and 5 from the 20-yard line. They're calling that on Max Roberts, the outside linebacker for Memphis. So with 5:25 left in the first, St. Louis is at the 20-yard line, up by 3, looking to extend the lead. McCarron is shotgun back to his left, a bunch set. for the receivers, sending a man in motion, going to look to throw after play action. Then a delayed screen to the tight end that gets blown up for a loss of about 2, maybe 3. That was Kamari Averett on the reception. Yeah, it just goes nowhere. So now, yeah, sorry. Now it sets up a 2nd and 7, so the loss of 2 on the play. McCarron and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Memphis sending the corner blitz from the right side gets picked up well. Has plenty of time before dumping it off to Akeem Butler, who gets back to the 20. Might rule him at the 19. Either way, a minimal gain to set up third and manageable. They gave him a gain of 3 on the play. And I do like seeing St. Louis getting Hakeem Butler more involved over the past few weeks. But again, they just have so many different targets they can throw to. It's tough to get everyone the proper touches. As McCarron alone in the backfield for 5 wide, and a look to throw. Gonna throw it quick over the middle. It is caught by Hakeem Butler for the first down at about the 12-yard line. Honestly, yeah, they've been lining up Hakeem Butler inside a lot this season and in the slot. It's working for a lot of these third and medium, third and short, quick hit routes past the sticks. As he's a bigger bodied receiver, and when you line him up inside, he's going against the nickel slot corners who might not be able to guard someone of his stature. As McCarron in short shotgun, a back behind him, going to hand it off, trying to work the middle, and still fighting. Somehow is going to gain about 1 yard, maybe 2 on the play. Is Jacob Sailors. So turning nothing into something there, was stopped pretty much instantly at the line of scrimmage, and then just fought forward for an extra yard. So now 2.5 left in the first, 2nd and 9. McCarron and shotgun, a back to his left. 2 receivers spread out to each side. Getting ball on the 11-yard line, motioning the running back to the left, and a look to throw. Quick pass over the middle, and going to be tackled at about the 5-yard line is Jacor Pearson to bring up 3rd and short. There is a flag on the play, however. So we shall see what this flag is, because as it currently sits, it's going to be a 3rd and short at about the 5-yard line. They might be calling holding there on the replay. They showed a replay of the play in general. The flag was thrown kind of late. They're calling it a face mask on Memphis. So St. Louis is going to have a 1st and goal from about the 3-yard line. A ball on the 2-yard line, actually. McCarron, a shotgun back to his right. Motioning the receiver to the right side. Going to hand it off up the middle. And Wayne Gallman dives forward for the touchdown. And St. Louis is ready to run away with this one already. There's a very simple halfback dive, and it works well. So now St. Louis, looking to make this a 2-possession game, is going for a 2-point try from the 5-yard line. McCarron in shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers spread out to each side. Gonna look to throw. Has some time. Throwing over the middle, back end zone. Marcel Aitman caught, and is now an 11-point game. Marcel Aitman just gets open on on a dig route to the back of the end zone, right behind the defense, and keeps it very simple and extends this lead. So with 150 left in the first, St. Louis is already up 11 and already looking to score 20, which against Memphis might be all you need is 20 plus. Or is 20, because again, Memphis has yet to score 20 points this season. Man, Wayne Gallman gets his first proper carry since week 1 and does not take it for granted, finds the end zone. As Mateo Durant has not been on the field since that first reception of his. He did get hit weirdly on it, but I didn't think it would have been enough to keep him out of the game for pretty much the entire quarter. That's okay. St. Louis, now your special teams need to get a proper kick coverage here. As the kick is underway, he looks like he gets a lot more into this one. His return is going to be starting at the 12-yard line. And breaks off one tackler, trying to find that left side, and tackle at the 30-yard line. So instantly a better kick coverage for St. Louis compared to the first 2 attempts. And it's going to set Memphis up for a normal field positioning compared to what they had experienced already in this game. Yeah, St. Louis, they're getting Jahcour Pearson into this offense a lot quicker than I expected. So Cook is in shotgun back to his left. Going to look to throw, has some time. Thrown over the middle, going to be caught and tackled for a gain of about 1, maybe 2. That is Sage Surratt. And yeah, man, again, Cookus, I understand that he might be a little panicked in the pocket because the O-line didn't play great last week, but he had time. The play just didn't really develop into anything. Cookus now in shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to the right, going to hand it off. Working up the middle is Darius Victor for a gain of about 4, maybe 5, to make it 3rd and short with a minute left in the first. So the St. Louis opened up as 6.5 point favorites. That's honestly about right. I think what it ends up going to be. The live line is insane though. It's at like 17.5. That's no. 3rd and 3. Cookus alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the left. On 3rd and 3, and it's going to be a false start on Memphis to make it 3rd and 8. The St. Louis crowd playing a factor already in this one. I'm curious if they've already announced the attendance numbers for this game. All right, 3rd and 8. Cookus in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Going to be spread out to the left. So now that's 3rd and 8. You need a pass here, looking to throw. Has times trying to step up in the pocket and just gets rid of it, throws it away, incomplete. Just throws it away in the vicinity of Cyrus Habibi Likio. 100% butchered that last name. But try to just throw it away in the vicinity of the running back. That will bring us to the second quarter. And like I mentioned after St. Louis scored in their opening drive that's all fine and dandy. That first drive is going to be the easiest. Can you keep it up throughout the entire game? And already, a pick instantly on the second drive they have, and then a 3 and out on this drive. St. Louis, they're already up 11. They could be up a lot more. So we'll see. I expected St. Louis to be playing effectively and playing well. I was curious if Memphis would be able to match it, and so far they're just not. A lot of that is because of the O line. Again, a lot of that's the second drive ended instantly with a pick. Again, from a pass that I believe was tipped at the line after the replay. It's Memphis looked so not so good. It looked Memphis looked solid after week one. And since then, I mean, they played a really solid week two for 3 quarters, and then everything just kind of just has collapsed from there. As we are at commercial, as we're waiting the start of the second quarter. And does anyone know if the attendance numbers has been announced yet for this game? I would imagine we're getting it soon, if not. As whenever like St. Louis home games, their attendance numbers are always so fun to look at because they pack out that stadium. Mm, excuse me 1 minute. All right. But yeah, attendance numbers for today. Has that been announced anywhere? Just getting back from commercial, we're about to be seeing the punt to begin the start of the second quarter any second now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe by halftime we'll see the attendance numbers. I'm not finding anything just yet. All right, and the punt is underway. Gets off clean. The return's going to begin from about the 30-yard line and tackled at about the 40. So we see St. Louis starting from there, looking to extend this lead. So again, like this is the perfect opportunity for St. Louis to just completely run away with this game. And if they can properly run away with it, so you have first and 10, ball on the 39-yard line. McCarron alone in shotgun, 5 receivers set, 3 to the right, making adjustments at the line. Memphis is leaving the middle of the field with a pocket. Gonna look to throw. McCarron gonna step up, has time throwing outside, caught up by Marcel Aitman, and gains about 5, maybe 6 on the play to about the 45-yard line. And St. Louis again just they've been playing this style of game that's just we're gonna take what the defense is giving us and try to just make something work from there. As back in 5 wide, 3 receivers to the right, McCarron alone in shotgun, going to the drop back, looking to pass, quick screen left side, bobbles, and trying to go cross field and barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Is Jacor Pearson. They might even say he lost a yard there, but I don't think so. Just a weird play. I mean, him bobbling it does not help, obviously, but they're still trying to get those screenplays working now when they haven't really been since the first half of the first drive. So back in five wide, alone in shotgun to McCarron, three receivers to the right, going to look to throw, going to pass it over the middle quickly, and it is caught by Darius Shepard past the 50 to about the plus 47 to pick up a fresh set of downs for St. Louis. And again, that was simple levels concept. So McCarron now in shotgun back to his right. Going to hand it off, trying to work up the middle to Jacob Sailors, and is fighting forward to about the 40-yard line. Still fighting, still trying to fight, but gets to about the 40. I think one line judge is ruling him down at about the 30, about the 41, maybe 42. So it'll be a gain of 6 on the play. And with 12:45 left in the half, St. Louis is just having their way on offense. McCarron in shotgun back to his right. Tight end sent in motion. And is going to a quick pass once again to the right side on a failed screenplay to lose 2 yards. That was Blake Jackson on the reception. They're still trying these screenplays out, and again, they have not been working recently. So McCarron alone in shotgun, 5 receivers set, 3 receivers to the left. On 3rd and 6 now. McCarron looking to throw. Going to step up, has time, going to take it himself, and gets the first down before sliding down past the 35 to about the 34. And he gets hit late, but no flags are thrown. McCarron showing off the mobility. Okay, he gets hit, but not really properly hit. So I like the decision to not throw a flag there. But St. Louis 1-1 as ball is on the 34-yard line. 4 receivers to the right side. McCarron alone in shotgun. Going to look to pass. Thrown over the middle quick. It is caught by Akeem Butler. Makes one defender miss and runs backwards to about the 30-yard line. Would have been better to just go down instantly after catching it. As instead of a 5+ yard gain, it's going to be a gain of about 4. Yeah, gain of 4 on the play. So 10:35 left in the half. Again, St. Louis, they're just fine killing as much clock as they can before extending their lead. McCarron in shotgun back to his left, going to hand it off, trying to get something going up the middle once again. And gains about 3-ish yards on the play. That's Jacob Sailors. And it sets up a 3rd and short. And it's St. Louis. They're just playing effectively. Playing efficiently, not doing too much. Just taking what the defense is giving them. As on 3rd and 3. McCarron in shotgun back to his left. A bunch set. Sending a man in motion, going to look to throw. Quick pass right side, and just too far outside for Blake Jackson to make the one-handed reception. Tried tipping it back to himself, but could not maintain possession. And that's going to bring out the field goal unit. It was there. The pass was there. It was a good read. Just a little too far outside. But you have some people saying hit his hands, he should catch it. That pass could have been better. But you're in the position where you're about to take a 45-yard field goal to extend this lead to 14 as the kick is up. and he missed it. He missed it to the right. He hooked it right, so it stays an 11-point game on after the miss 45-yard attempt. So that's where Memphis's offense will get the ball back. That's rough. I mean, you make a 54-yarder earlier today, then you miss from 45. But I don't think that's anything to panic for if you're St. Louis. Again, you're still in a very, very good position. You're still up double digit. You still up double digits with 2 possessions. Yeah, that missed kick sucks. I don't think it does anything really to impact the momentum of this game. I still think it's firmly in St. Louis's grasp. But who knows? But again, it's just Memphis's offense has not done nearly enough today. If you're a St. Louis fan, to make you panic right now. I'm still not seeing. Still not seeing anything for attendance numbers today. I expect it to be similar to week 2, where it's around like gonna be like that 40K range for St. Louis, as again they just know how to pack out that stadium. So I'm just curious on the exact number. It's safe as such a safe assumption as to what the numbers are probably gonna be today though. Mm. Yeah, again, from everything I've seen when it comes to like pans of that stadium, the crowd is fantastic. As Cookus is in shotgun, back to his right, going to hand it off, trying to work that left side, cutting it back to the right side. Has plenty of space to run. It's Darius Victor, and going to get tackled at about the 46-yard line for a first down on a gain of 11. So, very solid start for the drive for Memphis. Again, the key is to just keep it up and maintain it. We'll see if they're able to. As Cookus is under center with a back in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left. Going to play action, looking to throw, has time in the pocket, throws it deep down the field, has a step incomplete, just overthrows his intended target of Daywood Davis, but there is a flag on the play. Uh, yeah, that's it's gonna be end up being on St. Louis. A little bit of a hand grab around the belt there at the top of it of around the time the ball was thrown. So it's gonna be holding on St. Louis. So not a pass interference, which is lucky for St. Louis, but holding at the very least. It'll be a 5-yard penalty to end a fresh set of downs. But if Cookus was able to connect on that pass, that would have been massive. As Memphis' O-line is playing a lot better so far today. Memphis in shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the left, sending 1 in motion, going to hand it off, working that left side as a whole, has plenty of space past the 35 to about the 32-yard line. Memphis is getting the groove in offense. Their O-line is playing a lot better so far today. A lot of it is just miscues of St. Louis, though, as the two linebackers ran into each other trying to guard that run play. So again, 1st and 10 after the big run from Darius Victor. With 8 minutes left in the half, there is some kind of stoppage, it seems, as a St. Louis player is being helped off the field. That is Tim Harris, one of their cornerbacks. So now that leaves St. Louis with only 4 corners for potentially the rest of the day. But he's able to put a very little amount of pressure on his leg. He's able to walk off the field under his own, though, which is good. We have Memphis again down by 11, 8 minutes left in the half. Cookus in shotgun back to his left. Going to hand it off, working up the middle. Has a lane as tight as Sween. And going to gain, keeps fighting. Gains about 8, maybe 9 on the play. Solid piece of running for Memphis. They're able to run it down St. Louis's throats really well. So gain of 7 is the official marking. Cookus in shotgun, a back to his right. A bunch set from the receivers. And St. Louis is sending a blitz. Cookus gets rid of it quickly in time to Vinny Papale, who's going to pick up the first and a little more to about the 20-yard line. Cookus is getting the ball out of his hands quickly. He's not been sacked yet today. A stark difference compared to last week. So Cookus in shotgun, a back to his right. Another bunch set for Memphis' receivers. Going to look to throw. Has plenty of time. Throws it towards the end zone. And incomplete, batted away. But there is a flag as he never turned his head to look for the ball. That's going to be Chris Payton-Jones. But it was... he guarded the play well. But just... yeah, he tries to turn his head, but doesn't really... It's a similar case to last week's PI call, actually, where he just undercut the route, and the receiver then tries to jump over him to get it, and they're going to call that DPI because, sure. So that sets up Memphis now firmly in the red zone for 1st and goal. There's going to be ball on the 5-yard line. Cookus in shotgun back to his left. Going to hand it off. Trying to get up the middle is Darius Victor. Bouncing his way. Dives forward. It's going to be a touchdown for Memphis. St. Louis was hoping for a fumble there. He did not. But Memphis bouncing back after a rough 2nd and 3rd drive of the game. And Darius Victor just was not going to go down there without being in the end zone. Bounced off 2 defenders. And Memphis's ground game is looking a lot more similar to how it did week 1 compared to how it did weeks 2 and 3. So they're getting their rhythm back, getting their groove back. And now to make this, they're probably going to try to make it a 3-point game, I would imagine. Yeah, going for 2 from the 5-yard line to make it a 3-point game. Cook gets in shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers spread out to each side. Going to look to throw. Has plenty of time throwing. Going to be caught in the end zone. Sage Surratt makes it a 3-point game. And St. Louis had the chance to go up by 14, and instead they're now only up by 3. So maybe that missed field goal did give Memphis some momentum, as that's a big swing. That's what a not 5-point swing. $11-point swing. It's a big swing of points anyway, from the missed kick to then this 8-point drive for Memphis. And again, like their offense found a rhythm with the ground game on that drive. That is kind of what they want to do. Their best offensive week was week 1, and they had a successful offense a lot in part due to being able to run the ball effectively, and they did on that drive. They had to keep it up. And St. Louis, you're looking for a touchdown here. Yes, a field goal will extend your lead to 6. But after giving up what you just did on defense, you need to give them time to rest. And the best way to do that is a touchdown drive in some capacity. I'm still trying to find these attendance numbers for today, for this game. I've not seen it yet. I would imagine it's somewhere in the 33 plus range. You get NBA playoffs are also starting today. We have Cleveland versus Orlando going on right now. That's a 10-point game with Cleveland up 29-19. Yeah, so that's fine. Again, most likely by halftime we'll get the attendance numbers, as we're still on commercial break after Memphis's touchdown. All right, coming back from commercial, the kickoff is moments away, and St. Louis is looking to respond. So again, a very solid drive on that pass on the previous one for Memphis. St. Louis looking to respond. The return is going to begin at about the 15-yard line. Trying to work that right side. Has the blockers. Gets past the 40 to about the 42. So that's going to be some pretty solid starting field position for St. Louis. Looking to extend their lead. The big thing is they just need to have a solid long drive here, as McCarron is staying near the sideline. They haven't taken the field yet. He's discussing something over with, I assume, is the QB coach. Yeah, man, that Memphis drive, that's a solid drive to have because it gets your offensive line some confidence in them. So 6:06 left in the half. Again, St. Louis going to start from the minus 41-yard line. McCarron in shotgun, a back behind him. Man sent in motion, the tight end. Go into play action. Going to look to throw. Pump fakes. Has plenty of time in the pocket before dumping it off to Jacob Sailors for a gain of about 4 on the play, maybe 5. McCarron had plenty of time in the pocket. Was looking deep before just dumping it off there. So a gain of 3 on the play. Sets up a 2nd and 7 with 5.5 left in the half. McCarron in shotgun, a back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Darius Shepard sent in motion. Going to pump fake out that screen there. And then tries throwing it to the halfback screen on the left. And Sailors was not ready for it. It would have been blown up anyway. These screenplays are not working, St. Louis. Go away from it, please. As it's 3rd and 7 now after the incompletion. Again, these screenplays have not been working since the first half of the first drive. McCarron is shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. In a tighter set. Going to look to throw. McCarron has time, but that time expired rather quickly as Marcel Aidman makes the reception. Pass the 50, past the 45 to about the 44-yard line to pick up the first down. Simple mesh concept there from St. Louis. You have the two crossers, and Marcel Aidman finds space behind his defender, and McCarron puts it beautifully. The route he did undercut the route, but McCarron floats it over the top in order to get the reception made. As he's now going to hand it off on 1st and 10, working up the middle, fights forward to about the 37-ish yard line, 38-yard line. That's Wayne Gallman on the carry to make it 2nd and 5. So, again, a solid drive from St. Louis. They're playing too conservatively at this point of the game. I get it, you have the lead, you don't kind of want to kill clock, but McCarron is shotgun back to his right. Going to look to throw. Has time, rolls out right, throws it, caught for the first down. Is Marcel Aidman. There is a flag on the play, however. But as it sits, it will be 1st and 10 for St. Louis at about the 28-yard line. It is holding on St. Louis, so that will push them back 10 yards to make it 2nd and 15. All right, so 2nd and long. You gotta work at the intermediate range here at this point. Unless something is really open, you need to work the you need to work the intermediate range, the 5 to 15 yards. Can't take anything too short. Don't want to obviously do anything too long to where make it a 3rd and long. Just looking to make this a 3rd and manageable at the least, as McCarron is alone in shotgun, 4 receivers to the right. 1 receiver to the left looking to throw. Quick pass over the middle, and it is intercepted. And returned past the 30, past the 20, and tackled at about the 13-ish yard line. That was a terrible decision by A.J. McCarron. I mean, that route wasn't even close to being open. He threw that directly to the receiver, basically. Was intended for Marcel Aitman. Ended up being picked off by Quentin Meeks. And yeah, that was just a bad decision. I don't know what he was thinking there. Meeks firmly stonewalled Aiton on that slant route, and McCarron just didn't even bother looking, basically. As Cooks is going to hand it off on 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line, and he gains about 4, maybe 5. That's Darius Victor on the carry. And now Memphis is in incredible field positioning. I do not get that throw at all from McCarron. Cook gets in shotgun, back to his right, gonna roll out on a naked boot, looking to throw. Just throws it away after being hit. 3rd and 6. If you can stop them to a field goal, you will gladly take that. So 3rd and 6. Memphis is 0 for 1 so far today on 3rd down. As we're going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So again, St. Louis, you had the chance to extend your lead multiple times when you were up 11. And instead, there's a chance you enter halftime being tied at the best and down at the worst. I mean, you could have the lead. It's depending on what you do with your drive inside 2 minutes, but I mean, it's not looking good. And again, Memphis has yet to put up 20 so far this season. So, like St. Louis has truly been the team. Not even because their defense has played poor, because like special teams has given up great field positioning. The interception just now from McCarron. There was really only one drive I can point at from St. Louis's defense where I'm like, that was not a good drive from you. So okay. We're still at commercial from the 2-minute warning. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. But I mean, St. Louis has been disappointing today so far. The game technically, like from like the score the score and everything, yeah, it's a good game. But St. Louis has just kind of disappointed, in my opinion. I was expecting a lot more out of them today. Like, again, your special teams has not been playing the best on kick coverage. That AJ McCarron interception, I got no fucking clue what he was looking at there. But hey, again, the dome should still be rocking a little bit. You have a good chance here to hold him to a field goal. I less screen plays, better design plays. Like I need to see a little more out of it. And like Memphis gets ball to begin the second half as well. So like if they can hold St. Louis's next drive, they're in great field positioning. They're in great positioning. As 3rd and 6, Cookus in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers left. Going to look to throw. Going to be caught and fought forward. Going to be close to a first down is Dawood Davis. And it seems like he's going to be marked just short. But it's inside the 5-yard line nonetheless. So we could see Memphis going for it here if it is 4th down. As yeah, it is 4th and 1. A 21 inches short is the official measurement. So with a minute 20 left, there's going to be a false start on Memphis, which is going to force their hand to kick the field goal. And that is the power of the St. Louis faithful. Pretty much the entire right side. Yeah, the entire right side of Memphis' line of scrimmage jumped there. So again, it's going to be 4th and 6. You need to just send out the field goal unit here, Memphis. There's no need to take a risk. Tie the game. Put St. Louis in a weird spot. As yeah, false start officially. So Memphis is going to send out the kicker, looking to tie this game, which again is a massive win if you're Memphis. I feel like not a lot of people had this game tied entering halftime. There is now a chance that can happen if Matt Coughlin can hit this kick. It's what should be a cheap shot from 28 yards out, and the right hash kick is up and straight through. We have a tie game. And again, St. Louis is going to have a minute 10-ish, just under a minute 10 for their offense to have the ball and try to retake the lead before halftime. That would go a long way to getting the momentum back on their side, as since that missed field goal, the momentum has been all Memphis. So yeah, it's if you're St. Louis, this has been a rough second quarter. So AJ McCarron looking to shake off the interception of the previous drive. We'll see what kind of field positioning he gets. The kick is underway. The return's going to begin from about the 12-yard line. And going to try to get towards the sideline on the right side, but just not able to. So St. Louis will begin with the ball at about the 35-yard line. And in the last two drives for St. Louis, I mean, you had the 10-play drive that was ended in the missed field goal. That's still arguably a successful drive. But then the 5-play drive, that was the interception. And again, momentum has been all Memphis basically since that missed kick. As there's a Memphis player down, kind of grabbing his shoulder. That is Delrick Abrams. And again, he's going to be able to get off the field. Probably just like some irritation in his shoulder. Going to get it iced or whatever. I don't think it's anything massive. So, ball on the 35-yard line. McCarron in shotgun. Back to his right. Three receivers to the left. Need something here with a minute 8 left in the half. Looking to throw. Going to throw it quick to Akeem Butler to the 40, who fights forward to about the 42-yard line. And clock is ticking. Now down to 50 seconds left in the half. McCarron in shotgun, three receivers to the right, looking to throw. Has time, tries a quick screen to Jacob Sailors, who at least gets the first down to about the 47-yard line. And now he limps off the field. So there's a chance St. Louis is only down to Wayne Gallman at running back. And St. Louis is also calling their first timeout. Didn't really need to, but they called their first timeout to try to regroup a little bit. They're still trying to get those screenplays to work, and it's just not fully. Yeah, that one was successful, but again, not kind of the success you're looking for out of a screenplay. So with 44 seconds left in the half, just looking for field goal range, McCarron alone in shotgun. Three receivers to the right, two to the left. Look to throw, has time. Throw in over the middle, it is caught. Walk down to the plus 30 yard line. That's Jacor Pearson on the reception. A beautiful throw by McCarron right into the window of the defense, and they're going to spike it. Because Jacor Peterson was grabbing his hand a little bit. But he has 7 receptions on the day. A lot of them are screenplays. But that was a deep post route that was just beautifully placed by McCarron. So now 36 seconds left in the half. Ball on the 30-yard line, the 29-yard line, the plus 29. McCarron alone in shotgun, three receivers to the left, two to the right, looking to throw. Going to throw it over the middle and kind of just spikes it into the ground towards Jacob Sailors. Nothing really there. Brings up 3rd and 10 with 30 seconds left in the half. So McCarron now in shotgun, back to his right, three receivers to the left, looking to throw. Has time, plenty of time. Throwing left side, overthrows Hakeem Butler, the intended receiver. And that will set up 4th and 10 and bring on the field goal unit. Had plenty of time in the pocket. Just a weird play design, it seems. Yeah, they had Hakeem Butler do a block and release route. And nothing was really open. No one really on the same page. So now to take a 3-point lead after Memphis has called their first timeout. To try to retake the lead, Andre Schmidt coming on for a decently long field goal try. He hit from 54 earlier today, also missed from 45. As they're showing McCarron's stat line, I'm going to talk about that at halftime, as that deserves like a proper full-length discussion. So a 47-yard field goal try from the right hash to give St. Louis the lead, entering halftime. The kick is up. and barely snucks it through. They take the 3 point lead, barely got it curved in to the left post. Dangerous kick, but nonetheless, it goes through. And Memphis has about 20 seconds to do something on offense with 2 timeouts. Plus, they get ball to begin the half, so there's not really any pressure to do a lot. As again, I have not seen the attendance numbers for today. I'm really, really curious about what that is. So kickoff is soon approaching. Again, about 20 seconds until we reach the half. So again, the kickoff is underway. Return is going to begin from about the 10-yard line. Titus Sween going to get tackled at about the 30. So with 15 seconds left and 2 timeouts, we might try to see something here from Memphis. Most likely, we'll probably just be sent to halftime. And yeah, Cook is just going to need this one to halftime. So Memphis loves the situation they're in, only being down by 3, especially after how the first quarter played out. St. Louis, this has been a disappointing game to say the least. I mean, kind of, not really. You still put up 20, which is good, but you're struggling in this one. And the main thing I want to touch on is Adrian McCarron's stat line. 22 for 29, but only 130 yards. I get what your strategy is on offense. The screenplays, the quick hitters, just keep that rhythm going, keep the drives alive. But 22 completions for only 130 yards should not be happening. Spread the defense out, get the ball downfield more. Work the full field. Don't just do the screenplays. Don't just do the quick hitters. Get some kind of rhythm going that's more than just, we're going to pass it 5 yards. If we get tackled, we get tackled. It's fine. Like, he should not be having 130 yards passing with 22 completions. Like, that's just rough. So like I need to see more from St. Louis. Like, they have the lead and everything, but this has not been the game for them. I mean, the special teams kick coverage has not been the greatest, and it's improved throughout the game, but it's not been the greatest. Uh, Fucking the defense for the most part is playing fine, but they've been put in a lot of bad situations. That missed field goal from 45 gave Memphis a lot of momentum, and then the interception from McCarron, which game that his first interception of the season? Did he have one last week? I know he did in the first 2 weeks. If that's his first interception of the season, that is a terrible first interception to have. And if it's not, it is still just not a good interception to have. No, yeah. So that was McCarron's first interception of the season. And man, was it a bad interception. Just terrible. Memphis' side of things, they're playing a lot better than I expected. Their defense is making plays when they need to sometimes. Kick coverage has been solid for the majority of the game. You had that one bad return given up, but again, for the most part, it's been very solid kick coverage. The offense, for the most part, they're playing well. They have the run game working really, really well. That was a focal point I wanted to see them hit on. Cookus is having time in a pocket. He's been hit a few times, but has not been sacked yet. The offensive line is playing incredible. So, like, again, I know St. Louis has the 3-point lead, but this first half was a win for Memphis. Like they're showing signs of improvement. Now the question is, can that be sustained and come the second half? I don't know, but I I like where Memphis is sitting at. I like how they're sitting and kind of the situation they're in. I was expecting it to be a lot worse of a situation, and instead they're only down by 3, and their offense has put up points for when they need to the majority of the time. It's been an impressive day for Memphis. I'm still trying to find these attendance numbers for today. But again, like Memphis has been shocking me today. They're playing a lot better. And to be fair, like there's the 2 games later today. They're not easy ones for either San Antonio or DC. So like St. Louis, they have a little bit of a leeway, kind of. But like, this is a game that St. Louis should be winning handedly. And who knows, maybe again come the second half, they turn it on. But it's as it sits, it's not been a good game for St. Louis. But all it takes is one play to completely change the course of a game, and in the second half, that one play could be in favor of St. Louis. But I mean, I still have faith in St. Louis as we're still at halftime. I still have some faith in St. Louis, but it's gonna take a big second half for me to like be confident in them as saying they're one of the best teams. in the league. I think there still very well could be. And if they win today, there's honestly a chance I just say Memphis played up to standards or played up exceeded expectations. But this has been a rough game for St. Louis. Their defense, I need to see a lot more out of it. If you're a St. Louis fan at this point, there might be time to panic a little bit. The first drive of the second half is going to impact that a lot. It's still just the I need to see I need to see more out of St. Louis. A quick update from the NBA world. Cleveland is up by 7 over Orlando in Game 1. So there's that. I had if anyone was here for last night's Heat Bulls play-in stream, you would have seen my bracket predictions. But for a recap, I had Cleveland winning this game or winning this series against Orlando. Making Memphis getting the ball to begin the half. There's there if they just keep pat with how their offense has been playing over the past like 2 drives or so, there's no reason that they should not have at least have the game tied by the time St. Louis gets the ball. So it's just still at halftime. Should be a few minutes away before the second half kickoff. But again, St. Louis they have a lot to improve on and work on. But again, Memphis, they have a chance here to just cement to show that this game's gonna be a lot better of a game than we thought originally. Got to see what your offense can do on the first drive. Again, the second half kickoff is a few short moments away. But like, I just since the big thing from St. Louis's offense, keep the run game going and push the ball downfield. It's as simple as that. Just gotta keep pushing. Just gotta push the ball downfield. You had that great deep post play right at the end of half to Jack Hoare Pearson. Keep it up. There's no need to be playing it too safe anymore this far into the game. You should be in a rhythm now to be able to push the ball 7+ yards down the field. As the second half kickoff is underway, the return's going to begin inside the 15. Working, trying to get past the 35. Stumbles a little bit past the 40 to about the 43-ish yard line. So pretty good starting field positioning from Memphis. And yeah, this game, I mean, it's a weird game so far. Just the field positioning battle is what makes this game weird, and for the most part. Because like both teams are starting to have really good field position. As Cookus is under center, a back in the backfield, going to stumble and gets sacked at the 35. He fell, tried to get up, then was tackled around the ankles by Travis Feeney for the first sack of the game from St. Louis. That was a loss of 6, and that was exactly the kind of first play you needed to gain some kind of momentum back. So Cook is now on 2nd and 16 in shotgun, a back to his left. Going to look to throw. Quick pass over the middle to Darius Victor. Going to gain about the 6 yards back. Maybe got 7 on the play. It's going to be a third and long either way. So they gave him 7 for a 3rd and 9. If St. Louis can get a 3 and out here, again, they're sitting really well for the start of this game. So in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. On 3rd and 9, Cookus is looking to throw. Has plenty of time in the pocket, throwing over the middle, and incomplete. Intended for Vinny Papale. And St. Louis gets a 3 and out to begin the second half. Luckily, that ball wasn't tipped at the line. And that was a pass that was just trying to force some kind of penalty. Not a good decision by Cookus really there. No, it was not open. Maybe if he throws it towards the left shoulder, he gets something out of it, but not for the most part, nothing there. So the punt comes off clean. Return is going to start back at the 5. And he works it to the 15, 16-yard line. So a decent starting field position. It will take quite a bit from St. Louis's offense to get something out of this drive. So it might finally be the chance to see what St. Louis can do if they can spread the ball more and down the field. Alone in shotgun, a bunch set for McCarron. Running back's in motion, going to fake the toss, looking to throw, dump it off to the tight end to gain 7-ish yards on the play. That was Kamari Averett on the reception. And again, it's been a lot of dump offs, a lot of just taking what the defense gives you, and that can work for the most part. So now 2nd and 4 after the gain of 6. I'm carrying a shotgun back to his left. Going to play action, quick pass over the middle. Is going to be caught by Hakeem Butler at about the 25-yard line for a St. Louis first down. So again, it is just taking a lot of what the defense is giving them. It's working, but it only works for so long. And it's like St. Louis is again just still trying to find a rhythm in their offense when they already have today. McCarron shotgun back to his left. Going to hand it off, trying to work it up the middle. Jacob Sailors gains about 2 on the play to set up 2nd and 8. I want to see St. Louis push the ball downfield more. Like, it's not that they necessarily need to. They're in the game just killing clock now, it seems, which I get it. But it's a 3-point game. Extend the lead. Be somewhat aggressive. McCarron in shotgun back to his right. Same with 3 receivers also to the right. Going to hand it off. Trying to work something up the middle. Jacob Sailors fights forward for about 6 on the play to set up 3rd and short. It will make it 3rd and 2. Also, they're showing someone in the crowd with a black Battlehawks jersey. That looks nice. McCarron alone in shotgun. 4 receivers to the right. 1 receiver sent in motion, looking to throw. Quick pass, going to be caught by Marcel Aitman to the 40-yard line for the first down. Officially ruled at the 39, it seems. And, yeah, I mean, again, McCarron and St. Louis are just playing this in a time-killing manner. McCarron in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. Looking to throw. Gonna quick dump off over the middle. Going to be tackled after a gain of about 2. That's Jacor Pearson. Again, this style of play that St. Louis is doing is working. It's being effective. But you have the time in the pocket. Why are you sending everyone deep just to be decoys? It's being effective in killing the clock, but this game should be you should be winning by a lot more if you're St. Louis. McCarron going to hand it off up the middle, bouncing off 1 defender and gaining about 5 on the plays. Jacob Sailors to make it 3rd and 2. Or they gave him 6 on the carry, so 3rd and 1. .840 left in the third. Again, this drive is just St. Louis is just playing methodical, and I respect it. As they're going to do a jet sweep that gets blown up for a loss of 4 on 3rd and 1. I mean, that's just great defense by Memphis, but that's just not also just not a good play call. Like, I don't get what St. Louis is doing here. As Memphis will be getting the ball back with just under 8 minutes left in the third. This is a very weird game plan for St. Louis. There's a flag pre-snap. It's going to be delay of game on St. Louis. Okay, this is just a very weird game plan for St. Louis. I don't fully understand it. I get having faith in your defense and just wanting to mainly kill clock, but you still need to have like solid drives going on offense to complement it. Like at least get a field goal in some of these drives. So the punt is underway. It's going to be returned starting about the 23 and goes nowhere backwards even. So we're going to be seeing Memphis starting with the ball on about the 22-yard line with a chance to tie it or take the lead. And again, this has just been a uncharacteristic style of offense from St. Louis. It's working. They're up. They're up by 3. They've had some really good drives. But we're getting to the point of the game where you need to focus more on just getting the points on the board before you go back to this style. You need to gain some momentum. That's why I'm like I don't fully understand why they're playing the way they are. McCarron is the routes aren't necessarily opening it up to the deeper down the field stuff. Even and then when the routes do go somewhat deep down the field, it more so seems just be decoy routes or maybe routes that just don't get are getting covered well, so McCarron has to throw it shorter. It's but also sometimes it seems like McCarron is just rather it would just rather throw the shorter routes and allow the again St. Louis has a lot of athletic receivers on their team. So in theory, the shorter stuff should also still be relatively effective, and it is. But they're doing a lot of screen plays. They're trying to get. I just don't get it. This offense should be playing a lot more efficiently than they have been. And maybe part of it is McCarron not necessarily being the most mobile quarterback, so Memphis doesn't have to guard for that the same way they did for Adrian Martinez last week. But that's why you have to get the ground game working, and they I wouldn't say necessarily are abandoning it, but it's not fully being committed to, which I would like to see them commit to the ground game more. So Memphis again, decent starting field position. Looking to honestly kind of just trying to either tie it or take the lead. Cook is in shotgun back to his left, going to hand it off, trying to work it up the middle. Gains 2, maybe 3 yards on the carry. That's Darius Victor. And both teams are now kind of just sitting into a style of play that's which defense will break first and make the mistake first. So Cook is in shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the left, looking to throw. Has time, going to dump it off and get back to the line of scrimmage, basically. Or the original line of scrimmage, going to lose a few yards on the play. That's Darius Victor on the reception. And yeah, loss of 1 officially on the play. So Memphis has yet to convert on third down today. Now they're facing a third and long. Cookus alone in shotgun, gonna look to throw. And there's going to be a fumble. Oh, he gets laid out. Oh, he fumbles first off. Someone knocks the ball loose from behind. And then he gets absolutely fucking leveled. And he's down grabbing his shoulder. Memphis recovers the fumble. So there's going to be a loss of a few yards. I know he's in pain. That shoulder's in pain. Jeez. Yeah, the ball gets knocked loose as he was kind of coming forward, kind of not, but it gets hit out of his hand, and then someone just lays into him in the shoulder, in the chest area, and yeah, he's able to he gets up, gets off the field, but definitely favoring that shoulder now. Yeah, geez, that's just it's rough to see a quarterback go down. But again, St. Louis's defensive line and their defensive front is finally starting to get some pressure on Cookus, which was an issue that they faced early on in the game. Kind of that inability to truly get home. But all right, so St. Louis about to get the ball back. We're still at commercial break for the injury timeout, and so yeah, St. Louis has a chance now to extend their lead. And I'm still looking to see more from their offense. But it's been a pretty slow one today. That first quarter had a lot of action, and then since then, it's kind of just been slow. Kind of just been a hey, we'll kill the clock. If you'll kill the clock, we'll kill the clock, and kind of just wait till the fourth. So back from commercial, they're showing the replay of that third down attempt. And it was a good defensive stunt by St. Louis. They get pressure from the outside, which is where the fumble comes. And then, yeah, he gets laid into kind of as the defensive. It wasn't even like it was necessarily intentional. But, yeah, it was a massive hit to his throwing shoulder. That can't feel the greatest. So, it's again St. Louis about to get the ball back. The punt is going to be from inside the 20. It comes off clean. And the return's going to no return as the ball kind of is shanked. And it goes out of bounds at about the 40. They're saying it went out of bounds at the plus 46. So, really good starting field positioning for St. Louis. And yeah, Case Cookus is in the blue medical tent. Just a rough situation for him. Again, he was getting killed last week behind that O-line. Today, for the most part, he's had time to throw. And then the one time he didn't, he just gets hit hard on his throwing shoulder. And McCarron in shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the left. Sending one in motion, going to do a quick screen to the left side, and it gets 4, maybe 5 on the play. That's Hakeem Butler on the reception. So 2nd and 6, a gain of 4. McCarron in shotgun, a bunch set, 2 receivers each side. Back to his left. Going to play action, looking to throw. Stepping up. And then just dumps it off to the right side to Jacob Sailors. He's going to gain about 2. There is a flag on the play, as McCarron was hit while throwing. So we will see what the flag is. It is holding on St. Louis. So that's going to push them back 10. So again, just not a great pass, like quarter and a half out of St. Louis's offense. There's about 5 minutes left, more so in the third. And it's now going to be 2nd and 16. So now McCarron alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to his right, 2 to the left. Going to look to throw, has some time dancing around in the pocket, throwing it, going to be caught. Darius Shepard tackled after a gain of 15, or a gain of 14 more so, as it will bring up 3rd and short. McCarron just dancing around in the pocket, finding time, and delivers a nice pass to Darius Shepard. Nearly tipped at the line, but just too high for the defender to tip it. So 3rd and 2, back in plus territory. McCarron is at nearly 30 completions and still hasn't crossed the 200-yard mark, as he's in shotgun back to his right, going to play action, looking to throw on a boot. Quick dump off to the tight end, who spins and gets the first down. That is Jake Sutherland. And a Memphis player fell on the ball just in case there was a fumble. It looks like there was a chance it could have been. Being ruled down by contact, I think that's the right ruling. We'll see if it ends up being a review. Most likely not. As 3.5 left in the third, St. Louis's offense, again, for the most part, just taking what the defense is giving them in the passing game. McCarron in shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to the right, look to pass. Just dumps it off to a screenplay to Wayne Gallman, who gets 1 block, has plenty of running room. There's a flag on the play, but gets tackled at about the plus 10-yard line. Plenty of room on that screenplay. It worked to perfection, but it'll probably get called back for either a chop block or holding, as it seems like that's around the range where the flag will be thrown, where those 2 instances could have occurred. So waiting for the ref to officially say what the penalty is. It is going to be a chop block on St. Louis. So that's going to be a can't remember what the penalty for a chop block. But yeah, that's a clear chop block. So that would be negating a large portion of that play. So what would have been their first truly successful screenplay is now going to be 1st and 19. So 2:50 left in the third, 1st and 19. McCarron alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to his right, gonna look to throw. Quick pass over the middle that's tipped at the line. And was that intercepted? The ESPN broadcast currently is ruling it as incomplete. And yeah, the ruling is incomplete, but there was a fight for the ball there. The camera wasn't showing the line of scrimmage after the ball was released. These are tipped at the line, and it hits the ground incomplete. Okay. So 2nd and 19, and shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, a back to his left, looking to get a solid chunk on this to make it a 3rd and manageable. Going to hand it off for a draw play. Jacob Sailors making people miss. Gets to inside the 30, to about the 35-yard line, which will make it 3rd and 9, gain of 10 on the play. So it's 3rd and long. That chop block penalty is a drive killer. So a minute and a half left in the third. Again, 3rd and 9. McCarron alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. St. Louis is 7 for 11 on 3rd down, looking to throw. Throwing on a crossing route to Hakeem Butler. Catches it and tackled at the 15-yard line. 1st down for St. Louis. Very simple crossing route that just Hakeem Butler using his speed to create separation on it. That's his 8th reception of the day. I love seeing him get a proper role in the offensive game plan. So 1st and 10, 45 seconds left in the quarter. McCarron in shotgun, back to his right, now motioning him out. Going to look to throw, a short rollout, then goes back to the left side. Has plenty of room to run, and then steps out of bounds after a gain of 7. So A.J. McCarron, solid job controlling the game. As there's like a half-second difference between game and play clock, so they would need to get one more play off. But it's like a very slight difference to the point where it may not even matter. And McCarron is signaling for timeout. So St. Louis is going to be calling their first timeout of the half, which would definitely guarantee them having to get one more play off. If they let the clock run, there's a chance you don't need to snap the ball. But yeah, it seems like they're going to be calling the first timeout. McCarron was calling for it. Anthony Beck was calling for it. We're heading to commercial, so who knows? The clock got reset to 15 minutes. I would think there should be a few seconds left if they did call a timeout. I'm not seeing anything just yet on what the call was, on what exactly is going to be the case coming out of this commercial break. Either way, Cleveland is up by 12 currently over Orlando in Game 1 of their series. All right, so the attendance numbers just got tweeted out for today's game. It's at about 32,000, which compared to week 2, that's a lot less. But compared to the rest of the league, that's just fine. And a good portion of why that number is probably less is because the St. Louis Cardinals are playing today around the same time. So still having 32,000 fans in that stadium is a very solid mark to hit. Yo. What's up, Bennett? We're at commercial break for either a timeout or the end of the quarter. I have it as a timeout because I saw both McCarron and Beck call for timeout. The clock did just end up running towards the end of the quarter anyway, so that's why I kind of just like in that limbo state of not knowing the situation coming out of halftime. Coming out of the commercial. Okay. Still just also trying to keep up with news with the new college football game comes out in most likely July. As I get a few updates from that every like few days or so. So some updates from the USC department. All right, back from commercial. So we're about to see a definitive ruling on what the situation is. Okay, it is the start of the fourth quarter. So they're saying that St. Louis gets to keep their timeout. It is 2nd and 4. McCarron in shotgun, a back to his left. Now he's motioning it back outside, looking to throw. Has space to run if he chooses. He does. Slides down. Might have picked up the first down. If not, it's going to be like 3rd and 1. But St. Louis kind of got lucky there with it being the end of the quarter instead of them having to waste a timeout. So 3rd and 2. Again, 3rd and short. St. Louis has done a great job converting on 3rd down so far today. As McCarron is now going to seemingly call St. Louis's first timeout. So they have to burn the timeout anyway. That's not a good spot you want to be in. So 3rd and 2. Again, they're well into the red zone. I think they're close to I think they're inside the 10-yard line at this point. Obviously, a touchdown here will go a long way to ending this game, as neither offense was able to do anything in that first half. So ball is on the 7-yard line. McCarron in shotgun back to his right. Going to play action, looking to throw. Pump fakes, floats it over for the touchdown to Jake Sutherland. And St. Louis finally gets back on the board, and they extend their lead to 9. Just a play action boot, pump faked it to one tight end, then runs forward to bait the linebacker in, and then just floats it over the top to a wide open Jake Sutherland to extend their lead. It seems like they're going to be going for a 1-point try from the 2-yard line to make this a 10-point game and firmly at double digits and 2 possessions. So ball on the left hash. McCarron in shotgun, a back behind him. Now shifting the back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Send one in motion. Going to keep it on a little option. And he dives forward. Does McCarron get it? They say he does. AJ McCarron on a speed option keeps it himself and dives forward for the 1 point conversion. Sure, why not? Something tells me there was supposed to be a shovel option where he has both the orbiting yeah he's the orbiting receiver to pitch it behind him, and there's also probably supposed to be the option of the tight end coming in front of him to pitch it there. The tight end wasn't there, so he took it himself. And St. Louis now has a 2 possession lead with 14:15 left in the game. And we're heading to commercial. I think it's going to be a review to see if he did cross. It's going to be close to see if he did cross it. This current ABC scoreboard has it that he did not get the conversion, so I'm going to change that score back. I think he did. It's going to be close. And we are still at commercial break. It's still at commercial, and so also waiting to see if McCarron ended up getting the 1 point try. Still at commercial, so either just a long review process, or it's just ABC making up for the fact that in the first half there wasn't a lot of commercials. All right, back from commercial. McCarron is 33 for 42 and just crossed the 200-yard mark on the day. That's insane. 33 completions for 200 yards. That's okay. They said he did not get the 1 point try. It was close, but McCarron did not get the conversion try. So the kickoff is underway. Going to be returned starting at about the 15. Working up the middle, has space, gets tackled at about the 45. Maybe the 46-ish. As Case Cookus is not going to be re-entered into the game, at least at this moment. So it will be Troy Williams taking the field for Memphis in an attempt to potentially tie the game. So Troy Williams in shotgun back to his left. Going to look to throw. Thrown over the middle. Throws it too high over for his intended target through his hands. And he gets leveled as he went up for it. That was Vinny Papale, who's now kind of holding his arm to his chest and coming off the field. Dangerous throw. Yeah, Papale tried to go up and grab it as he was on his way down. He gets hit. So Memphis is now getting some injuries dealt to them. Williams in shotgun alone in 5 wide looking to throw. Hit while throwing, but has a man who's going to be caught for the first down. It's Sage Surratt in a play that had terrible spacing. But it picks up the first down, and Williams hit while throwing. $13-10 left in the game. It is a one-possession game. Williams in shotgun, a back to his left. St. Louis playing a soft press coverage, going to hand it off and gain about 3 on the play. Is Darius Victor on the carry. And Memphis has plenty of time to work with. There's no need to necessarily panic if you're them just yet. Just try to get points on this drive and hope your defense can make a stand. So 3 receivers to the left. Williams in shotgun, the back to his right. Going to hand it off, trying to work that left side. And it goes nowhere. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to be 3rd and 10. And Memphis still have yet to convert on 3rd down. Are facing a 3rd and long. So we're seeing the full force of the St. Louis crowd on this 3rd and long. Williams in shotgun back to his left. St. Louis sending a blitz. Picked up decently well. Has time. Rolling out to his left. Going to keep it himself and tackled after a gain of only 3 to bring up 4th and 7. Great job by St. Louis's defense, who had nothing really open. I mean, could have thrown the out route to the right side, but he wasn't looking at it at the point of the break. So it would have been a dangerous pass. So now with 11-10 left in the game on 4th and 7, Memphis is staying on the field, it seems, as they have no time to get this play off. They're not going to get a playoff in time. The head coach was trying to call for a timeout. We'll see if they do reward him the timeout. But it was not. They're giving them the timeout. So Memphis is calling their first timeout. But I mean, it's probably was just the case that they were trying to get a timeout called sooner, but the refs just couldn't hear them due to the crowd. And that's exactly what the case was. The point we had to run onto the field. The St. Louis crowd is just too loud. They couldn't hear him trying to get a timeout called. As we're heading to commercial. So yeah, Memphis's offense. It wasn't looking too great earlier today, or throughout the early parts of the game. Now without Case Cookis, it's not looking great either. Still that commercial. So, back from commercial, fourth down. Memphis is keeping the offense on the field on 4th and 7. Williams in shotgun back to his left, looking to throw, and pressured there instantly. He is sacked back at the -47. St. Louis's defense comes up strong on 4th down. They send a perfectly timed corner blitz, and St. Louis can now firmly extend their lead. That is the 3rd sack of the day for St. Louis. So McCarron in shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the left. Going to look to throw. Rolling out to his left, just throws it away. They tried to get a screenplay going on the left side. It was blown up before the ball was even snapped. So McCarron in shotgun, a back to his left, 3 receivers to the left. Going to hand it off on 2nd and 10 and gain about a yard on the play. That's Jacob Sailors on the carry. And it sets up a 3rd and 9. So Memphis' defense looking strong, trying to give their offense the ball back in a 1-possession game. With under 10 minutes to go. McCarron in shotgun, back to his left, then motioned out to the right to make it a 5-receiver set. So McCarron alone in shotgun, looking to throw. Throwing over the middle, it is caught and bounces off one defender for the 1st down and more to inside the 35. To the 33. They're ruling him down by contact, but there was a fight for the ball. As that was J. Cor Pearson on the reception, and he was down. He was down. Oh wait, was he? Actually, that angle. And there is the Memphis challenge. What's up, Egginator? So yeah, Memphis is challenging that there was a fumble. One angle that they showed before they called the challenge. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. Memphis about to get the ball back, only down by 9. As there is is that a clear recovery from a Memphis player? The fumble is clear. He did fumble. Now the question is, who clearly had possession of the ball? It looks like it would be a Memphis player. But yeah, this looks like it might be Memphis. It looks like it might be Memphis ball. Yep, fumble recovered by Memphis. So the defense comes up big. I don't really have a favorite UFL team because I was more so an XFL fan. So in the XFL back in 2020, I was a New York Guardians fan. Last year for the XFL, I was an Orlando Guardians fan. Those teams do not exist anymore, so I'm kind of just here. Dolphins got two jerseys back there for Miami. As Williams hands it off up the middle for a minimal gain of about 3. And then for college, I don't necessarily follow a lot of college football. When I do, it's mainly UCF because I went there. A lot of my family went there. So like UCF's my college, but whenever I watch college football, it's more so just for the chaos and the upsets and yeah. So like if you see on Twitter, if you're on Twitter, like the Sickos Committee, I ride with that. I just want the craziness of college football to be unfold. As it's going to be a handoff up the middle by Williams to about the 40-yard line for another gain of about 3. Yeah, the siege. Yeah, I get why some teams didn't stay. So I'm just hoping that because there's talks about potential expansion in the future. Rams and Washington State, nice solid grouping of teams. How do you feel about the whole? Yeah, how do you feel about the whole the pack the new pack situation? 3rd and 3, Williams gonna pass it quick over the middle, incomplete, hit loose, 4th down. Because like I was trying to watching the I was watching a lot of Pac-12 football last college season as it was the final ride, and I have a lot of the Pac-12 after dark was always a fun thing for me to watch whenever I had like nothing else going on and I had stuff going on late at night. It's like I'm gonna miss it. I hope they find a way to yeah I hope they find a way to work it back. Memphis is punting it away. The return is going to begin at about the 16 and gets past the 30 to about the 31, 32 ish. Oh, I was rooting for Washington in the Natty just because I don't really like Michigan. Not because of like I have like any direct hatred towards Michigan. It's just I don't know the whole. It's more so a hatred towards the Big Ten East in general. McCarron and shotgun going to hand it off, trying to work up the middle with Jacob Sailors, gain of about 2. That's a very fair point, yeah. But another reason why I was rooting for Washington was because it would have been cool to see a Pac-12 team win the Natty in the final year of the Pac-12. But I totally understand that you would not in a thousand years root for Washington. McCarron can hand it off up the middle again, has plenty of room to run, breaks off one tackle and has nothing but green grass ahead, gets past the 20, 15, 10, and tackled at about the 6, maybe the 7-yard line. Jacob Sailors, an incredible run. And St. Louis is ready to extend their lead. Good hard-nosed running from Jacob Sailors. I don't really follow the MLB, but I do follow the NBA. There's Heat jerseys to both of these sides, but they're off camera. And then I follow the NHL. I'm a Florida Panthers fan, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow game against Tampa. I've really the NHL. It took me a while to properly get into. It took until a year or so ago, because it's just I never really watched the NHL until the Panthers went on their run last year. Like I've been to a few Panther games when I was growing up. It's just I didn't understand really kind of like why the hockey was so good until I watched until I watched a lot of it back to back like I did last year. So it's the NHL has become like my second favorite sport. It's overtaking the NBA. As Jerry Elder is slow to get off the field, dealing with some soreness maybe. Nice. Yeah, it's just the MLB. I just find baseball too slow for me to watch. I've nothing against it. It's just again, it's kind of a slower sport. That's not my style. McCarron is shotgun, going to hand it off, trying to work up the middle. This time gets stonewalled at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Yeah, football has always been my number one sport. Always been my go-to. And then I cannot get into college. I can barely get into college football. I'm not gonna be able to get into college hoops. I tried for March Madness a little bit. I watched like three March Madness games. It's just not for me. Second and goal, McCarron shotgun back to his right, looking to throw. Has plenty of time now, rolling out to his right, just dancing behind in the pocket. Plenty of time. Throw in end zone, wide open, caught. Jacor Pearson touchdown, making up for fumbling on the last drive. And he extends St. Louis's lead, and they're looking like they're gonna run away with this one. It'd be like even with like the NBA was always a sport that I watched come playoff time. Mainly because I used to be busy during the spring to the point where I wasn't really able to watch a lot of regular season NBA. But now like I found more time. But the issue is I found time now when the NHL has become my main secondary spring sport or my primary spring sport. So I watch the NFL regular season more than I do the NBA. I'll probably end up watching the playoffs. As long as it's not the Celtics. I just can't stand Boston winning the championship. McCarron going to hand it off on a 1 point try to Wayne Gallman, and it gets stonewalled for no gain. So it will remain a 32-17 game. Uh, I did my I did my NBA bracket last night, and I had Denver beating the Knicks in the finals. It's hard for me to root against Denver, or to say Denver can't repeat. That was a great adjustment and route by Jacor Pearson on that touchdown, finding space in the back corner of the end zone. I think OKC is too young to go on a finals run. They could, but I just think they're too young to at least win it. The Lakers are not getting past Denver, and then Boston always finds a way to blow it in the playoffs, so I'm not too worried about them. Yeah, I'm roughly in the same boat when it comes to the NHL playoffs. I just don't want Boston to win it, and then obviously Vegas beat Florida last year, so not not the biggest fans of theirs. But for the most part, I just want to see a lot of good series. If it's not the Panthers winning it. As the kickoff is going to be returned starting at the 30, a short kick, and going to be tackled at about the 39. So good kick coverage from St. Louis. Sets up Memphis with decent field positioning with about 4:50 left in the game. Also, yeah, so mainly like the three NHL teams I don't want to win the cup: Vegas, Boston, and Toronto. Just no, not really a fan of those teams. I just don't like Boston sports in general. Yeah, it's kind of just being a lot of my teams are rivals with Boston sports. As on first and 10, going to be a quick out to Sage Surratt for a gain of 6 to make it 2nd and 4. I have nothing against Tampa. A lot of it is because like when so I'm relatively new to the NHL world. Like I've been like I've always like somewhat kept up with it in the past, but now that I'm actually diving into it, I don't have the same hate for Tampa that other Florida fans has because I didn't watch Tampa beat their asses in like the 2010s or in that 2021 season. So like yeah, I don't really want them to succeed or win the cup, but I don't have hatred towards them. Same way how like yeah, I'm a Heat fan and the Heat and Magic have a rivalry. I don't hate the Magic. It's more so just like disdain. That's a very fair point. Toronto in the NHL reminds me a lot of the Cowboys in the NFL, so I just find that hilarious. And thus, like it spreads. Like if a team like if there's like a team that everyone can get behind for hatred, besides like that obviously that team's fan base, so I'm like, yeah, I like this. This is funny. I'm gonna hop on with that. As one of Memphis's O linemen, James Tunstall, is being helped off the field. Memphis's O line was already struggling in this second half. Now they're losing another piece. That's not what they were looking for at all. That's their left tackle going down. Yeah, watching the Patriots, their dynasty. Like I have respect. Doesn't mean I don't hate them. As Williams looking to throw in 2nd and 4 over the middle, it is incomplete through the hands of Sage Surratt. Had a beautiful placed throw, but just couldn't hang on. And now it would be 3rd and 4. Oh, that was a beautiful throw. You have to catch that. The Niners. I get it. You're a Rams fan. I get it. But just the Niners. It, their dynasty runs in the 80s and 90s were something. 3rd and 4. We're gonna convert a third down for once today. That's Sage Surratt on the 5-yard reception to get to the 49-yard line. 3:35 left in the game. Yeah, that's a very solid top 5 hatred teams. Williams going to be sacked on 1st and 10, back near the 42. St. Louis's defense taking advantage of this Memphis O line finally. I mean, the upside is Seattle isn't necessarily looking like they're going to be a threat for too much longer. So yeah, 4th sack of the day, and Memphis is calling their 2nd timeout. A loss of 8, jeez. I just don't know how long Seattle can keep up the Geno Smith revival. They need to enter that rebuild soon. They already got rid of Carroll. Like, might as well just start it now. But they got too many pieces that are really valuable to warrant just tearing it down. I feel like everyone hates the Dodgers. I don't. Similar to again, like the Cowboys and the Maple Leafs. They're just like the team that everyone can agree on to hate. Same with the Astros as well, I guess. Williams to throw in second and 18, throwing deep over the middle, batted away incomplete to set up a third and really long. Great defensive play by St. Louis. Yeah, Buffalo looking to sell like 25% of the team. I've seen people joke about. That's fair. I've not been afraid of Seattle since 19. That's fair. There's just a team that I kind of just don't fully know what to expect. As on 30 and 18, going to throw it outside. It is caught, breaks off one tackle, and then going to be tackled shy of the first down. Why are you celebrating that you got the first down? You did not. Tackled about like 4 or 5 yards shy of the first. It was caught by D. Anderson, and he gets up pointing like he was celebrating a first down. Final play before the 2-minute warning. Williams looking to throw. There is a stoppage. Most likely going to be a false start, which will be not at all what Memphis is looking for. Yep, false start on Memphis. See you around, Aganator. Thanks for the subscription. Really appreciate it. There'll be another play-by-play later today for the DC Birmingham game, as that's a regional game I get. So 4th and 8, 2:05 left in the game. Must needed conversion here from Memphis. In shotgun, back to his right, three receivers to the left. Corner blitz, just throwing it away, and it is incomplete. That will bring us to the 2-minute warning as St. Louis just sealed this one. Sending instant pressure on the blitz. Again, St. Louis knowing when to dial up that blitz. It is working really, really well. And this second half has been the St. Louis I was looking for throughout the entire game. So yeah, just 2 minutes left. St. Louis about to have the ball in great field positioning. And looking to just close this one out. There's not a lot they need to do in order to close it out, so that's a good sign. But as again, it's the game. St. Louis again about to have the ball, coming out the 2-minute warning after making a stop on 4th down. This game, I mean, you never truly know, but with one timeout left, really St. Louis only needs another first down or two. Again, after how the first half went, this was a solid win for St. Louis. Yeah, it was arguably a pretty rough first half. I mean, again, it was only a 3-point game. Entering the second half, you needed to do something, and St. Louis turned it on after a slow third quarter, but they come to fourth. They just know how to turn it on. That's one thing with St. Louis that's kind of been a trend since 2020 in that version of the XFL. Whenever the fourth quarter hits, they know how to just turn it on and increase the level of play to make sure they can at least have an attempt to win the game. It's impressive. That's what St. Louis football is and what it should be. If only the Rams were able to realize that. Like, that's another reason why I love that the Battlehawks are a team, and kind of why, again, not really, but they're like one of the teams I like to root for, is because they know how to embrace that city better than any other team in the UFL. Again, they get fans in the stands. They play similar to how a St. Louis team should play. They're aggressive, they're efficient, they're dominant when everything's clicking. It is a fun team to watch. And the city of St. Louis has fully embraced the Battlehawks since day one. And it does, part of me does want to see an NFL team back in St. Louis. But with how the Battlehawks are playing and how fun their games are, might not be a need. As the first down play loses about 2, maybe 3 yards, try to hand off up the middle that goes nowhere, and Memphis is going to call their final timeout, I would believe. As they're highlighting the NFL draft, there will be a draft day stream on the 25th. As now Memphis is not calling their timeout. So 2nd and 12, McCarron in shotgun back behind him. Going to hand it off, working that left side. Gets stonewalled for no gain. But clock is still just ticking. So if Memphis is not going to have a lot of time left, whenever they get the ball back, that's the issue. As we are now under a minute left in the game. And yeah, Memphis still just not calling that final timeout. They're going to, they're most likely going to get the stop here. As it's 3rd and 12, McCarron in shotgun and back behind him. Going to hand it off, working that left. Now going to keep it, rolling out to his right, and slide down past the 50 at about the 49-yard line. So it will be 4th down. There is no time left on the play clock. 20 seconds left, and they're probably just going to let the clock run, with that being the game. As yep, that's going to be it. St. Louis, again, after a disappointing first half of play, they find a way to make this game look like how it should have. They dominated the second half on defense, allowing nothing. Memphis still has yet to score 20 in a game. I don't know how that's possible, but that's the case. St. Louis turned it on in the fourth quarter to extend their lead twice. They looked impressive, and yeah, it ended up being a pretty solid game. So, I will be back at around 7 p.m. later today for the DC Birmingham game, as that is the game I get, as both games tonight are regional broadcast. So I hope to see you all there. This was a lot of fun. Again, see you later today. Hope you all have yourselves a damn good one.